because of Senga.
Mhm.
He's one of the reasons that you're going to try to do a six-man rotation. Now, I think you don't have to do it for like the first three turns,
Mhm.
right? Because of off days in
Sure.
April. Can you talk about why you're doing it and how you think the mechanics work when you're generally operating with one fewer reliever
Mm.
than over the right? Because only the Dodgers get the break of when Otani comes back, they'll have 14 pitchers because they get to classify him as
Sure.
a hitter. You're going to have seven relievers
Mhm.
then instead of the now traditional eight.
Yeah.
So why are you doing it? How do the mechanics work?
I think you're doing it because most injuries happen in the first 6 weeks of the season. It's because it's just a natural, like we're in spring training, like there could be a sellout crowd, but there's only 5,000 people in the stands, right? Um, and then you get into the season and there's more energy, more stress. Like these games, you know, matter. Like games don't matter, but like they don't count for standings or winning a World Series. So I think there's just added stress and maybe going too fast, right? Like we're putting too much on guys too quickly, and that's why we see a lot of breakdowns early in the season. And so one way to combat that is to spread their workload out, right? Now the downside of it, to your point, is like now we have one fewer reliever, so that may put more stress on them. So I think the way to combat that is to have several guys that can throw multiple innings. In case of the worst case scenario where a guy has a bad day and we got to cover 7 innings out of the bullpen, like you're not burning through all of your high leverage arms in a non-leverage game. So you have guys that can absorb some of that, and then just be strategic about the off days and when we're throwing guys and all those types of things. I think it's not an easy problem to solve, and I don't think one way is better than the other. 5 day, 6 day, one reliever, one more reliever. I think both have huge benefits, but also there's some pitfalls to both of them as well. And so we'll do our best to like manage. David and Mindy will do their best to manage David the roster, Mindy the in-game decisions, like on how we're doing it at different times.